Hi, this is Rainbow Harmony, here to help you find balance and peace to live a more colorful life. And this is Living Your Dream in 2019. Today we're going to be talking about how to make a business that allows you to travel the world. So, I have become quite an expert on this topic recently because this past year, I have actually been traveling the world completely based off of a couple of different businesses that I started that are mobile. So I'm pretty excited to share this with you guys. If you're interested in personal coaching, I do coach people on how to do this. If you have any specific questions, definitely reach out, let me know. You can hit me up by emailing me. All my info is below, and I'll also put a link to my coaching packages in the comments and in the description below as well. So let's get started. 10 steps to creating a business that allows you to travel the world. So step 1 is figure out what your talents and gifts are. Obviously, the end game here is that you're able to travel and really enjoy your life and enjoy different places, be able to see the world, have amazing, incredible experiences, and also be able to manage a business. But you have to realize this is a business. There is going to be work that is part of this. Also, there are no shortcuts. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. This is not something that's going to happen overnight. It is something that will take work. One of the businesses that I started took me 10 years to actually get to the point where I was making good money with it. Another one took me 2 years. I've met some people who started a business within 6 to 8 months. They were pulling in decent enough income to be able to get ready to travel. So don't expect this to be something that happens within 3 or 4 months. Possibly even within a year. I think a year, if you were really hitting the ground running and working super hard and you already saved up a little bit, you could probably take the risk and go for it. But just keep in mind this is going to take some time and be okay with it. And I always say, might as well die trying. What are you going to do anyways? You know what I mean? What else are you going to do with your time? Might as well work towards your goal. If this is your goal, just know it's going to take some time and that's all right. Might as well work towards it. And time flies fast. Like the 2 years that I was getting Rainbow Harmony off the ground flew by so fast, okay? So just know, even the 10 years I spent working towards my fashion career went by really fast. And the great thing about it is I was doing something that I loved and something that was fun, and I was expressing my talents and gifts. So I was enjoying myself even when I had a day job, just doing this part-time on the side, getting it off the ground. So the great thing about this is that you're going to have fun building this business even before you are able to travel with it. So remember, it's going to take some time, and make sure you pick something that has to do with your talents and gifts. This is a whole other video, but when it comes to your talents and gifts, just some quick tips is think back to when you were a child, specifically to when you were around 8 or 9 years old, because that's when your talents and gifts really start to shine and you start to naturally gravitate towards the things that you like to do. Even if your childhood sucked or some horrible things happen in your childhood, just know that what inside of you did you wish you could do, or did you want to do, or did you dream about doing? Was there anything that people naturally came to you for? For me, I was loving fashion. I was playing with my Barbie dolls. I was playing dress up. I was putting on little plays. I loved to go shopping and pick out new shoes. Fast forward, 15, 20 something years, and I am a fashion stylist. And so I kind of naturally gravitated into starting a career that had to do with what I liked and when I was little. So a lot of clues could be in your childhood. Who you always are is who you'll always be. You will be changing and expanding, of course, but the core of your essence is always going to be there. And so there's always going to be these desires and these natural inclinations that you have. These are your talents and your gifts. I have a reading called Rainbow Harmony. What are your artistic abilities? And I'll link that at the end of this video so you can do that pick a card reading that can help you. Maybe you already know what you're talented at and what you're gifted at, but that's what you want to do. Don't pick an online business just because you think that it's going to make you money, just because you think that it's easy, because there are no shortcuts, all right? So step 2 is to go mobile. The best way to do this is to create a business that you can run from your laptop or from your cell phone. I actually stepped on my laptop and broke it a couple months ago, and it's awesome because all the businesses I'm running, I can still do from my phone. So even if you don't have a laptop, if you have a phone, there is so much you can do. I have a couple of examples of businesses that you can do on your phone, but I think I'm going to make another video on this. If you guys are interested, just let me know in the comments below. But an example of businesses that you can run from your phone or your laptop are, first of all, being an online secretary or an online personal assistant. You don't even have to start your own business for that. There's actually apps and websites that allow you to do that. I actually have a friend who's an online secretary and she works from home. If she wanted to, she could probably take that business and travel with it. It's just she has like a kid and she has a boyfriend and they're liking their life where they're at, but I'm pretty sure there's other people out there that are probably traveling with this business. So you could be an online secretary or online personal assistant. If you're very gifted with, assisting people, you're very organized, you're good with routines, you're good at helping other people get things in line, you have a gift with that, that could be something you could monetize on. Another example is being a makeup artist. You can get really good at doing makeup. You don't have to go to college for it. You can teach yourself based off of YouTube. You can put all of your pictures up on Instagram. You can get started in a major city. Let's say, for instance, New York. You're living in or around New York. You can get really good at this, get a lot of gigs. You can meet people and companies that are international, and you can start building connections to the point to where you can go to any major city and have jobs lined up and be able to travel that way. I know a couple different people who do this, who travel between all the different major fashion capitals like Toronto, New York, Milan, Paris, Sydney, Australia, Los Angeles, and they have makeup jobs or hairstylist jobs everywhere that they go, and they're able to save up and make a lot of money. The day rate for a makeup artist doing fashion or campaign work or advertising is usually around $200, $250. So that adds up fast if you're working really hard. And you're making all of your connections online through social media. That's actually one of the ways I make money while traveling. So I'm also a makeup artist, and sometimes I even do hairstyling, even once again, no formal training. I just practiced really hard, got good at it. And yeah, I can make another video on how to do that. If you guys are interested, just let me know. Another example would also be freelance writing. You can make a website and put some different articles up. You can write for free for online magazines and blogs and websites and build up a portfolio and then start pitching your work using LinkedIn, using Instagram, using your personal website, etc. And you can start making money freelance writing. And so I've met a couple people while I've been traveling who travel the world and are freelance writers. You can have your own clothing shop. You can do life coaching. I'm doing tarot readings and coaching. You guys know that's one of the ways that I'm supporting myself as I travel. I'm also, like I said, doing fashion styling, and that's similar to the makeup artist work where you build connections in every city you go to and you get work that way. So there's just so many different examples, you guys. I could make a whole other video on this, but going mobile will help you. You can also sell jewelry. You can sell pretty much anything. You can flip vintage clothing. You can travel all over. You probably have to travel with an extra suitcase, might be a little extra cost, but you can, buy vintage clothing or, thrift clothing from all over the world, and you can resew it or just spiff it up, and you can flip it, buy a t-shirt for $3, flip it for $15. You can do something in the fashion industry. My mind just goes to clothing and fashion first because I'm meeting a lot of people who are doing stuff like that while they're traveling. You can do some type of consulting online. There's just a lot, you guys. We have these cell phones. There are so many different ways. You can even research it. I'll be posting more videos on this, but basically get your business online. That's going to be the best way that you can travel, is obviously to not have to be dependent on being able to, have a physical job. I have met people who have gotten like handyman jobs everywhere that they go, or like bartending or something like that. That's like more of a physical job. But this video is all about how to start a business that allows you to travel. So it needs to be mobile. So step 3 is taxes, licensing, etc. So what you can do is like start your business and get it going, and then figure out your taxes. Don't let this be something that stops you from doing this, because I have so many clients that are very excited about starting a business. They get it started and then they freak out because they're like, wait, what do I do with my taxes? How do I run a business? And they Google it and it seems complicated, and they just kind of quit because they're like, I'm scared of this. But it really isn't that hard. In a lot of countries, getting a business license is usually just a couple $100s, or even less. I know where I got my business license in California, it was like 200 something. And then you get like a tax ID, and yeah, you got to pay taxes, but it is what it is. If you want to go next level, I'm working on a way to be able to get my business, my residency and my business in an area that allows me to have a tax break. That's like next level. If you want to travel for like years and years and years, eventually you find a way to live somewhere or have your business licensed, or established somewhere where you can get a tax break, like the Cayman Islands or something like that, or in Liberland. There's a lot of different ways to do it. But for now, Google your country or your city or your state or wherever you're living, and just figure out like how to do it. And it's not hard. You might have to hire someone to help you once a year do your taxes. But what's awesome about having an online business is that when you're doing transactions through PayPal or through Squarespace or setting up your website, it automatically will keep track of every single person who buys something from you, all of your clients and customers, and you just print it out and take it to your accountant every year. That's a business expense, but it's worth it to have somebody go over it for you and be able to help you with that. So it's not as hard as you'd think. You just like print some stuff out or email some files that are already in whatever app you're using to, get people, your customers, to buy through, and it's all there for you. Maybe you save up a little bit on the side to just make sure you got your taxes covered and everything. In the first 1 or 2 years that you do your business, I know that in America, at least, if you can't pay your taxes, you can make like an agreement to just pay the IRS like $25 a month, and you have until you can catch up, until your business really takes off. So it's nice. Like, yeah, it kind of sucks. You get taxed, and that can be hard, but don't let the taxes, don't let the licensing and all the little hoops you have to jump through keep you from starting this business, because it's so worth it, and you'll figure it out. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. And don't let any of the technical stuff intimidate you from starting this business. Take advantage of the situation, and no matter what country you're from, I believe you can start a business, and there's not always a lot of startup costs. I mean, for my tarot business, the startup cost was just like tarot cards and a tripod and my phone, and that's it, and my blanket that I use. So You know, if you're a makeup artist or something like that, you got to buy all the makeup, but that's it. And then if you're doing a job through a website, like an online secretary type job or freelance writing or something, your clients will actually send you, you know, sometimes they actually deduct the taxes and stuff for you because it's like a regular business, like you're working for someone. But if you're just freelancing, then you're going to have to figure that out. But once again, you can hire an accountant. It's not as expensive as you would think, and it's totally worth it. So that's the third step. The fourth step is accommodation. So if you want to travel the world, you're going to have to think about your living costs, your costs of living. And what I have found out and what I have heard from many people that have been traveling for years and people that I've met on my travels is that traveling is way cheaper than just living in one certain location. And I can vouch for this. I've taken a look at my finances for this past year, and I've saved thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars, not just living in one place. And that's one of the reasons I decided to travel as soon as my businesses went mobile. I was like, holy crap, like it's cheaper for me to travel the world than it is for me to live in Los Angeles or to even live in California. Even though I love California, I wanted to see the world. So I was like, well, if I'm going to save money and I don't have to live in one specific location, might as well travel and save money, which is exactly what I've done. It's been absolutely amazing. So you can use sites like Airbnb. And the great thing is if you book a place for at least a week, you usually get a little discount. What I would recommend is booking places for at least a month, because on Airbnb, you'll get a big discount. Most people will give you a couple $100s off if you book for a month. Also, you'll notice the rent is like cheaper if you go to different countries. Like for instance, when I stayed in Egypt, to get like a really nice apartment with like a rooftop pool, 3 bedrooms, like decorated beautifully, it was only $200 or $300 a month. And you know, with a monthly discount, I think I got this one place with a rooftop pool for like, it was $8 a night. And I was living like a queen, and I absolutely loved Egypt. I made so many friends, and it was just awesome. I was able to save money while I was there. Right now, I'm staying in this beautiful place in a country called Georgia, and the dollar goes super far here. And so groceries, like I bought a ton of groceries. It was like $12. I'm paying $600 a month right now to live where I'm living. I'll show you guys in another video, or maybe I'll just, because the apartment's kind of trashed right now. I just got here. But I have a huge room with a view of the entire city with a gorgeous balcony, a ginormous kitchen, a piano, like a chandelier, and like I feel like I'm staying at the Ritz or something. Like it's insane, and that's like a fourth of the price of my apartment in Los Angeles. And so if you play it right, you can go places that you are treated like a king or a queen, and you're paying way less, and you get to explore, and there's awesome food, and you get to meet different people, and it's just great. So you know, obviously there's some places that are expensive, but if you want to go to a certain place, you can spend like a month or 2 months in a country that's cheaper, like India or Egypt or Mexico, and like save up, and then you can spend a couple weeks or a month in the country that's more expensive. So if you play it right, you can, you know, save up, and you can decide, you know, if you need to go to a certain place for a while to kind of get your feet on the ground, or if you have a big expense coming up, you can go somewhere that helps you to support that. Also, some countries will allow you to stay longer. I think you can stay like 6 months in Mexico. The country I'm in right now allows me to stay for a year. In Europe, you can usually stay for about 3 months. In India, I believe it's 2 months. And I'm still kind of researching other countries, but you can stay certain places for at least a couple months, at least a month. And so you can play it right to where you're just hopping from country to country. Maybe you can take the plane and less often and use the train as much as you can. But yeah, it's pretty awesome. We'll talk more about transportation in a minute, but as far as accommodation goes, you can even stay for free some places. There's a site that allows you, I think you have to pay like $100 or $200 to join it, which is annoying, but you can pet sit and you can stay places for free. I haven't done this yet. I'm looking into it. I do have some allergies to pets, which is why I'm hesitant, but you can stay somewhere for like a month or sometimes 2 months or at least a week or two for free if you just hang out and pet sit. The thing about that is if you plan on going out a lot, it might not be the best gig for you, but if you just need to buckle down and get some work done and you just want to like go out in the morning or the evening to just explore, you can probably pet sit and stay somewhere for free. There's also something called woofing, which is where you work on a farm in exchange for accommodation and food. And so it does take a lot of work, but you can stay for free in exchange to work on the farm. And they have that all over the world. I have a friend who does this in New Zealand and also in Scotland, and she stayed for 3 months at a time, and she worked on a farm, and she got to travel, and they give you days off, and so you're working and you get to stay in a beautiful place and nature, and you're staying for free. You probably have some time off in the evening if you're running another business on the side that you can do that as well. Be a lot of work, but you can stay for free and you can save, and then you can go somewhere else. So you can even get free accommodation. I've also heard of free accommodation if you cook or if you bartend. I met somebody who had free accommodation for like a month in England because they stayed at this place that was above the bar. They got that for free and then they worked in the bar. So there's many ways you can actually stay places for free. Also, traveling in a group. If you end up starting a business with a couple friends or something, or you join, there's like some travel groups and stuff like that you can join. That's a great way to be able to save money. And also there's this site called couchsurfing.com. I haven't looked into it just because I like to stay in my own place. I'm kind of a princess. I need like a nice place with a nice view, super comfortable to be able to have my energetic space to do my readings and everything. But yeah, you can basically stay for free on somebody's couch and hang out and get like some free travel out of it. So the next thing is number 5 is transportation. So there's websites like skyscanner.com and cheapoair.com that allow you to get the cheapest plane tickets. I'd actually say Skyscanner is the cheapest site I've found. Cheapo Air is pretty good. I got a ticket all the way from Los Angeles to London for like $600, which is pretty legit. I found a ticket from it was Egypt to Italy for like less than $100 once, and I got some really good deals on cheapoair.com. And you can also get a specific like credit card that allows you to get frequent flyer miles. There we go, I said it. So at a certain point, after you've been traveling for years, every time you fly, it'll be close to free, and you'll also get to upgrade to business class. This is my goal. I'm working on building up those frequent flyer miles so that I can get some free travel. Taking the metro and the train as much as you can will help. In some places, Ubers and taxis are really cheap. Like in the Egypt and Middle East, I took a taxi ride, it was an Uber that was like $2, and it took me like all the way across town. And so I just Ubered everywhere. So you'll figure out wherever you're going what the cheapest transportation is, and getting comfortable shoes and walking as many places as you can helps as well. Basically, the best way to save money while traveling is cutting down on transportation. So try to stay places as long as you can. Travel slowly. That's what I've been doing. I like to really like get into the feeling of each country and actually live there. And so I've hopped places and places in Europe, but I got to this point where I was realizing this is getting really expensive. And so I just decided, like, I'm going to stay for 3 entire months in Italy and travel slowly through the whole country. And that was an amazing experience. I got a lot of rest. I really got to live there and like learn a little bit of the language, and those types of experiences are more fun for me, and you save a lot on transportation. That ends up being probably the most expensive thing, especially when you're flying a lot. So number 6 is your visa. So if you want to start this business, you've got to figure out your visa situation. I'm from the US, and so a lot of countries just allow you to come for at least a month. A lot of them are 3 months. And so it's nice, but other countries, you actually have to fill out papers and ask before you go anywhere. But if you fill out all the paperwork and get your visa ahead of time, it's fine. You can even apply to stay somewhere for a year or two. Oftentimes, if you're a freelancer and you have a mobile business, it's really easy to even get like visa. Like Germany has this thing where if you're a freelancer, you can apply and you can live in the Schengen area for a whole year. So you can basically be in Europe for a whole year without getting kicked out if you apply for this freelance visa in Germany. A lot of people do that. I'm probably going to do that really soon. I just kind of wanted to get out of Europe for a while. Yeah, basically you're going to have to figure out your visa and stuff. But once again, it's kind of like the taxes and business license stuff. Don't let that get you down about the travel. You know, yes, you're going to have to fill stuff out. Yeah, you're going to have to get all your ducks in a row, but you'll figure it out. Number 7 is figuring out your belongings. I currently have a car in storage, and it's really cheap. You'd be surprised. Like, I think it's like $30 a month for me to put my car in storage. And so I have a car that's just sitting in California. I haven't driven it in almost a year. I'm probably going to sell it, or maybe do a giveaway or something. That'd be fun. So you can actually store your belongings. If you're going to be traveling long term, my advice to you would be to just basically metaphorically burn the ship, get rid of all your possessions, donate them to charity, sell as many as you can. You can make money for your travels that way. And you want to try to get down to just a carry-on suitcase. You're probably going to want to start your journey with like a bunch of baggage, but I had like a big suitcase and then a carry-on, and I just got rid of my big suitcase. I figured out how to have like tailor down my wardrobe and all my possessions so everything just fits in a carry-on. And that's what I've been traveling with for the past year. So you're going to want to get rid of everything. You can't take it with you. If you feel like you're going to go back eventually to where you came from, then get a storage unit. But chances are, once you start traveling the world and your business is mobile, you're not going to want to go back. And so, yeah, selling your belongings is another way to save money to travel. Number 8 is saving money on food. So I haven't gone out to eat many times on this trip just because I'm thankful that my partner is an amazing chef, and he cooks such good food, and he even likes to learn the recipes and cook traditional food wherever we go. But you're going to make a lot of money and be able to actually save it and use it towards the transportation by saving on your food. And you're going to realize this like the first couple months that you travel, how expensive it is to eat out. Some countries, it's actually cheaper to eat out than it is to buy food at the grocery store. Like I noticed in Italy, it's way cheaper to just get some pizza than it is to like make a bunch of food. So when I was in Italy, I ate a bunch of pizza, and that saved me money. Eat pizza, save money, right? If you're going somewhere like America, the groceries are going to be ridiculously expensive, and you're going to have to find a way to, save and, beans and rice and make soup and salad and stuff like that. Also, health is wealth. When you're traveling, you cannot be eating a bunch of fast food all the time. It will kill you. Like you will literally not be able to work. You won't have energy. You'll get into a bad vibe, and it'll be hard to attract abundance and customers and good fortune your way. So it's in your best interest to eat healthy, and you'll save a ton of money just getting stuff at the grocery store and making a budget and like finding, recipes on Pinterest that are like 3-ingredient meals, and you'll figure it out. You'll figure out, what fills you up and what's healthy for you and what's affordable. And that has to be a priority while you're traveling and you're trying to get this business off the ground. Number 9 is your schedule. While you're trying to get this business started, this is going to be important. And while you're traveling, this is also going to be extremely important. You need to have a schedule that allows you like to get up, to, make your vision board, to, focus on getting the business license or saving the money that you need to get the materials. And then you go to work, you come home, maybe you work out in the morning or the evening, health is wealth. And you're working on your business. Nights and weekends, you are working on this business. You're not going out as much. Have fun, take a rest, enjoy your life. It's all about having a good work-life balance. But if you're trying to really get this business off the ground so that you can go travel, this needs to be like your obsession. This needs to be what you do every single day. You have to stay focused. And then once you're actually traveling, it's kind of the same thing. Like, you want to make sure that you're on a good schedule. Like, you give yourself a day or 2 off a week if you can afford that, and you get up, you have a little bit of time for meditation and journaling or reading in the morning, have some tea or coffee or whatever, work out, stay strong. And then you work, tackle your hardest tasks for your business in the morning and get them out of the way. And then afternoons and evening, you can go explore and just try to get in a good routine so that you can still travel and see different things, but don't put your work off. If you just don't work for like a week, you're going to have so much work to do. You want to do just a little bit every day. And then number 10 is save. If you're trying to get this business going, you're obviously going to need money to get your first plane ticket, to book your first couple of months of accommodation or Airbnb, or to sign up for the pet sitting site or whatever. So you're going to need to save and get ready to travel while also starting the business. Overall, my biggest advice to you if you want to start a business that allows you to travel the world is to go mobile, to start an online business that's based off of your talents and gifts, something that you like to do. It might not be your ultimate dream, but it will allow you towards your ultimate dream. I would say right now, my ultimate dream is to own a horse. I really want to have a horse, and also I want to come out with my own fashion line. But I love doing the tarot. I love doing the life coaching. That's definitely part of my purpose. I love doing makeup. I love doing fashion styling. So these are all things that I'm doing to help me travel and to help me towards my goals and dreams. So make sure that whatever business you start, it's something that you like to do, but it's also something that gets you like closer to your dream, or like is in the same kind of realm that it supports you. Use your gifts to get what you want. So once again, you want to start a business that allows you to travel by going online, not being intimidated by the taxes, the business license. It'll all fall into place. Realizing that there's ways you can stay for free. There's websites you can save money on flights. If you travel slowly, transportation isn't going to be that big of a cost. You can go to countries that allow you to stay long term. You can sell your belongings or even put your car into storage if you're still paying it off. That's okay. That's going to be an extra cost while you're traveling. That's something else I'd like to say is cut down on as many bills as you can. I paid off my cell phone, and I just buy a SIM card in every country that I go to, and that helps me save so much money instead of having like a $200 cell phone bill every month. Get rid of your bills. Credit cards, pay them off as much as you can before you go. I have one credit card, it's like $25 a month, has a couple $100s on it. I'm using it to travel, but I paid everything off before I left to travel. Do as much as you can. Try to travel with a credit card that has a little bit on it for emergencies, but you got to be careful. Don't travel with a credit card that has like a $5,000 limit, or else you're just going to get screwed and put everything on that. You want to have a little bit to fall back on in an emergency, but you really want to rely on yourself and on your business. Last thing I'm going to say is that don't save up and then travel and think that you're going to start a business while you're traveling. It's a really bad idea. I've met people who've done that and have had to go home, or who have ended up woofing for like 2 years and stranded and screwed. And I've heard a lot of horror stories about that. So once again, it takes time. You don't want to rush. Get your business going. You want to be making at least consistently for like 6 months. I'm going to say $2,500. That's how much you want to make, $2,000 or $2,500. You can definitely travel for cheaper, but I'm realizing if you want to travel and be comfortable, $2,000. If you're a single person, if you have a partner, then between you both, you want to be making at least $2,500 or $3,000, and you can travel the world off of that and do pretty well. So you want to get your business going online, make at least $2,000 a month. Could you do it on $1,500? Probably. Could you do it on $1,000? That would be really risky. Unless you like stayed in Mexico for 6 months, then saved up and like traveled, then like went back. If you had something like that going on, you could probably make it work. Could you do it for any less than $1,000 a month? I do not think so. That would be really scary because you never know what could happen. All things are possible, but you want to be making at least a couple grand a month for your online business, and you can probably travel the world decently. So yeah, this is just scratching the surface, you guys. Please let me know anything you want to know more about, any specific questions you have. I'm probably going to make a separate video for each one of these points. Also, below, let me know what your dream is. What is your dream for 2019? What dream are you going to work towards? And I'll make a video about it, because a lot of us have similar dreams. I had you guys vote, and over 30% of you guys out of 400 people that voted said that they wanted me to make this video first about how to travel the world and make a business that allowed you to do that. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this first installment of Living the Dream in 2019. I have so much more to share with you guys. If you're interested in a personal tarot reading or consulting with me, or you want to talk to me one-on-one about how to start your business, let me know. I've helped a lot of people start their businesses. I even have one client that is traveling the world right now, and I helped her start the business that enabled her to do that. And so that's my dream. If you guys want to do this, I want to help as many people do this, because it's awesome, and you don't have to live a lifestyle that you don't like. If this is your dream, you can totally do it, and it doesn't even have to be that hard. It can be fun, and it's totally doable, you guys. I believe in you. Let's live our dream. It's 2019, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out.